I do that? It's because some emotions are actually more beneficial for us than others. Some add quality to our life, some don't. It's just math, psychological math.
Yeah, well also some of them are a wake-up call, aren't they? I mean, if you're starting to feel depression, there's something out of balance in one's life.
Certainly.
Surely.
Stress in general is a signal that something's out of phase and out of balance and you need to take action, you know. And so all that can be true, and I think that there are many ways that people can improve their emotional health. It doesn't always have to be a prescription drug. Maybe that's, as I said earlier, maybe that's important for some people. I'm not ruling that out as a viable treatment, but you know, I'm not jumping to it that quickly either. It just depends upon each case and each person, and that's where we have to have some trust in our health professionals to help those people make the right choices. Okay,
heart disease.
Well, heart disease is, you know, pretty interesting. I mean, the main benefit we've seen for years with heart disease is improvement of arrhythmias. Arrhythmia is the irregular beating of the heart, you know, uncontrollable beating. It's, you know, a jittery heart, so to speak. And we've had many documented cases of people being able to reduce and even get off their, you know, their medications by using HeartMath. And you know, these are real stories where people have gone on national TV telling these stories. There's another famous American author named Joseph Chilton Pierce, you know, that wrote The Magical Child and Cracking the Cosmic Egg and those kind of things. And he openly says, and has said it in print, that HeartMath saved my life. He suffered from severe tachycardia, which is, you know, a severe form of arrhythmia. Through the utilization of practicing HeartMath techniques, he was able to cure himself of that. So it's not miraculous, but at the same time, we've just had lots and lots of very positive stories of people who are seeing health improvement from practicing the HeartMath system. And that's very hopeful and very exciting.
Okay. What would you say, and I'm just going to pick a random number here, what would you say are maybe the 3 most important things in our life, or things to do in our life to attain that happiness, that balance of emotions?
Well, first of all, you know, to learn how to utilize the emotions, as I said earlier, to put some attention to that, to make sure that, you know, we put a lot on our mental development. We pay a lot of attention to our health like we didn't used to before, about what we eat and how we exercise, all that. Do the same thing with your emotions, you know. That would be important. I think making sure that we are putting out enough love and care for others. It's not just about us. And if you want to advance your personal growth, as I said earlier, then, you know, make it something where you're giving, not just taking, you know, from that. And then lastly, learn to respect the heart as more than a blood pump, as a source of intelligence within the human system, an essential intelligence. It's high speed, it's intuitive, it provides security, it provides understanding, and it provides the type of emotions that are the most rewarding to us, and the ones that are most rewarding to those that are around us. So put the heart first, use it to work on the emotions, and make sure you're giving. And those 3 things will advance you really quickly.
Okay, well, do you believe there's a universal heart? You know, for example, Greg Braden talks about the divine matrix. Bruce Lipton talks about the connection between science and spirituality. Do you think there's a heart-type energy that we all connect into, that oneness aspect?
I believe that the heart is the core of the universe, in a sense. You know, that we do tap into the universal heart. We also have this thing called spirit, or higher self, or higher consciousness, and you know, people use different names for that, and it's something larger than ourselves, but it's still really us, in a sense. And I believe that the entry point within the human system is happening at the level of the heart. It's through the heart, which transmits it at super high speed throughout the brain and the rest of the body where we experience it. But the entry point of spirit in the human system is the heart. What makes the heart start beating when we have just a fetus? Nobody knows. It's still a mystery to science. The spirit integration with the physical body at the heart level marks the beginning of life. When the heart stops, the spirit withdraws, it marks the end of life. So the heart is the entry point for that spirit into our human system. And that's where we're really accessing this intelligent bandwidth that goes beyond just the logical linear mind intelligence, but it's something that is more intuitive, that is more expansive, that gives us the ability to see the big picture and then use that intelligence to make decisions big and small that add quality to our lives.
Okay. Well, you mentioned about, you know, when the breath leaves the body. Do you believe there is an afterlife, or there's a reconnection to a higher divine. You know, what's your take on that?
My take on it is, yeah, life goes on. You know, we make a big deal out of death, and we fear death. We get very attached to what we have in life, and I can experience those feelings too because I love life so much. But to me, it's a simple walkthrough to something else. It's not as big a deal as we make it. And yeah, it goes on and on and on. You know, life that we experience today is just one chapter in a book or one frame in a movie of something much larger.
What would be one or two of the most asked questions from people when you've been out there travelling and presenting and doing your trainings?
How did you get so good looking in only 57 years? back to the beginning.
It just goes, and you're the president of what, sorry?
No. I don't know. I mean, I get different questions about different things. Nothing's coming to mind this is a pattern. You know, what I find people really want to know from me is, you know, they're suffering in life. They really want help. They want to know from me that what I say is real, and that if they'll practice the things that we share in the HeartMath system, that they can see benefit in their life. And my answer to them is, if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. But it's all about how much you apply, how much you really want it, how much you go for it within yourself. But you know, it's like this. We're all born with a present. It's our fulfillment. And the job of life can be looked at as unwrapping that present, taking off the paper, taking off the bow, pulling the present out of the box. Most people never get past the bow, you know. And so within us there's huge potential, great potential, and a chance for greatness in all people. And bringing that greatness out is an inside-out job. It's something people have to do themselves. It's a self-empowered process, and that's the era we're in now. It's not the era of gurus. It's not the era of external things doing it for us. It's the era of us doing it for ourselves. And people can do that. And HeartMath's just a helper, a friendly facilitator of that. You know, we add power, the power of the heart to anything. It increases the potency of whatever we're doing. So I'm all for and believing in the fact that people can achieve new levels of greatness and new levels of fulfillment beyond their wildest imagination. And I don't want to see people walk around with an unopened package. And that's, to me, very important, because you know, life can be a wonderful experience, and we all have challenges, but we can learn to meet those challenges with a new level of resiliency, a new level of power, and a new level of confidence. And when we do that, you know, there's no way that life can't get better.
They're quite words that one could quite dwell on for some moment, aren't they? We're finished the program. As we do, can I ask you to just look into the camera and just one last sentence to the viewers? It can be a comical one as well.
No, I'll get sincere. You know, there's a, you know, the greatest gift, as I mentioned earlier, is my love for people. And so I hope that you can feel that, even though you're not with me right now and we may never meet. But just know that there are people out there that care about you, and people that love the people of the world, and we're doing what we can to make this a better place for all of us to live. And so no matter what comes your way, never lose your heart and never lose your hope, because within you, you have a great power. And all you have to do is sort of dust it off and access it and going down the street with a smile on your face. So with that said, I'd like to say thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with us tonight in your own way. And I hope that I said some things tonight that have inspired you and given you some hope about what you can do with yourself.
Howard, thank you so very much. They're beautiful words. You know, Greg Braden had me in tears at the end of the program. You're getting me more today. Thank you so much. Could you please say what your website is? www.
HeartMath, HeartMath.com.
Okay. Thank you so much for being on the program.
It's been an honor and a pleasure, and thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And invite you back.
All right.
Next time you're out.
Good.
You know the website, www.conversationswithrobyn.com. You can actually go into the recording section. You'll see some information there on Howard and website links. And also, if you go into the on-air section, you can find out who's on, what time, what station. Until next time, take care.